think we are live. Hello, welcome to the stream. Just going to send out a few little messages just to let people know that the stream has begun, and then we are good to go. So I am just parked on a planet right now, and we'll be setting off for the exploration any minute. Well, it's easier to actually do it on here. Going live now at alright, just let folks know. There we go. Right, so it's going to be fairly relaxed. There's no specific destinations in mind in the short term, except we're going off to Sasakawea, I think they'd call it, Sasakawea Spaceport, which is, I will show you. Where are we? Over here somewhere. Yeah, so here is where I currently am. This is where I am headed, to the Scaudi AAA Nebula. And I've got a fair ways to go there to get there. How far away are we? I think it's a few thousand light years. Let's find a system. We're quite a bit above it by the looks of it. Oh, this needs a better interface, this galaxy map. Zooming in and out seems to help. There we go. So somewhere around here, 4,685 light years-ish. So yeah, we're not going to get there tonight. But the plan generally is to slowly creep our way towards there. And I've sort of marked out a few interesting landmarks which I think are mostly neutron stars as I plot my way along. Yeah, we're just gonna mosey along, see if there's any interesting targets around, and go visit them and take screenshots and stuff. And for anyone showing up, oh, hello, we got somebody. There is a person. Gotta like manage the stream and chat now. But hello, welcome aboard. So yeah, let me get out of here then. I'll show you where I am. I am in the you might have surmised, the Niujiu sector, which is sort of a bit underneath the galactic plane. I've just landed on this planet. We'll show you my trusty ASP, which sort of has a wireframe texture on it, but it's somewhat banged up now. When I last docked at Eagle Landing, my paintwork was 12%, and I'm sure it's a lot lower now. So yeah, but I'm still intact largely. Got a 98% hull, haven't had any huge mishaps, got my heat sinks all still intact, no nasty surprises at the stars. And yeah, so far so good. I'm heading vaguely in the direction of Colonia at the moment. But my plan is to sort of mosey along here, maybe go to the next stop, which I think is up here. I think there's a Gagarin gate and a Marco Polo station or something. But end up around here, and then what I would like to do is start going up this spiral arm, and eventually I'll come out there, might go off to Beagle Point out here somewhere, but basically just roll around this galactic this spiral arm and kind of just follow it back round towards a bubble. So it's going to be a pretty big adventure, but I'm out, made it out here, which is several thousand light years away from the rest of civilization. So yeah, that's the general plan. So it will take me a long time, of course. I might venture into the core. We'll see how it goes. But it's a big galaxy. I've got to find something to do here. So yeah, so let's get off the ground. Let's get off this moon. So this gas giant was quite fun. Like, you can just about see that the rings extend all the way out here. And when I first landed here, those rings were almost on top of me. They just sort of looked like they kind of extended over the moon, like as a roof, because we're right outside the ring system here. And it should be high enough to be stable. So this is the system I'm in. Niajo OEX D27. I've not explored all the planets. I basically just sort of came here and looked for a place to park for the night.
Cannot comply. Landing gear retracted.
There we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Taken off.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
So yeah, it's basically like the sort of normal gaming session I do with Elite, except with me talking to a camera. So where are we? There we go. Little I think it's a sort of potato moon. Spot, and then we'll figure out routes. So I was looking at the going to the more massive objects in the sector, using the trick of looking at their sector names, and I have done one of those already, which turned out to be a Wolf-Rayet star. That was unusually red. It was a Wolf-Rayet C star. And unlike most Wolf-Rayet stars, it was not purple. Or lilac, or whatever colour that is. There's the sun back there. And off to the right, over here, is the brown dwarf that is the other member of this gas giant double system. So, let's see what's going on here. Let's get a little bit of headway here and then we'll start plotting a route somewhere. Probably head for the nearest neutron star and hop along a little bit. I've been using the neutron stars as little shortcuts. That should be alright. So, not going to hurtle off into infinity here. So, which way do I want to go? I want to go that way. So there is a neutron star here that I have marked out earlier. I did actually double back a bit on myself because there's the Wolf-Rayet star, AAA H33, and I sort of discovered it while I was out here, so I'm going to have to work my way back there. So let's head off to this fella and see what happens. And I suppose I should do a quick little check of the nav panel, since we do appear to be having we do appear to have the ability to detect ruins and things, and I know there are some out here because there's one by the Scaldine Nebula.
Frameshift drive charging.
So, 2 jump thing, I guess. That's 65 light years away. My range is 43 light years at the moment.
4, 3,
Just based
2,
on the
1, engage.
and so we have hyperspace. Right. Class A star. Do the old honk. And do that just in case. That's my usual routine as I enter a system. It's all new. So, what have we got here? Looks like a lava planet. Probably a HMC. Few metallics. I might go and just visit these 2 planets just to have a look at them. Usually I'll just pop over and see anything that looks a bit interesting. If I see something that looks like a Earth-like world or a water world or something, I'll definitely go check it out. Ammonia worlds would be good. I've found a couple of those. Funnily enough, I found about 2 in a row in the past couple of jumps, or a few jumps ago anyway, and I hadn't found any before that at all. So I have to see. There's a scanner going off. So this one's the innermost one, which I think is going to be the lava world. We'll do a quick flyby of it. If anyone is in the Twitch chat, would you mind letting me know if you can hear everything okay? I think I've set things up right. I just fear the game sound might be a little loud. Yep, it's a lava world. Which means it looks very leathery. But there we go, there's planet 1. Planet 2. Over here. So yeah, I don't really need to sort of explore anything in this system really. I don't use that the audio trick here to hear the sounds of the world. I generally just use my eyeballs, because usually I'm listening to music when I'm playing Elite, but that's probably not going to be a thing that would be doable here, if largely for copyright reasons. But also, like, I've tried hearing the sounds of those planets, and I've just never been really able to distinguish that much that I couldn't tell from looking at them. But well, I'm probably missing some big point there. mic is a bit quiet. Right, so let's see if I can do anything about that. Let's lower the desktop audio a little, and I think this is raising the volume of the mic. And I'm gonna overshoot. Does that sound any better? Another one. Huh. Yeah, I was tinkering around with the volume a bit earlier on, and might have overdone it a little. There we go. Just dropped the desktop audio volume a bit, and up the microphone volume. Alright, so number 2 was also not terribly interesting, but let's have a look. Alright, awesome, thank you. Just getting a little bit of a reconnaissance from the chat there. Thank you muchly. So, what have we got? Horrible lava world, ridiculously hot, cooking. Not a good place to be, and that's not much better either. So yeah, interesting that the textures look different here. Wonder if when I go up a bit closer it'll be any more interesting. So yeah, this just a bit of background here. This is pretty much my first stream of anything. It does look a bit different, doesn't it? So I'm going to be a bit rusty, but if anyone's got anything in the chat you want to talk about, then by all means. What are thoughts on 2.3 coming up? Because I think the beta's not started on that yet. Where are we going there? Yeah, we're going there. So yeah, the beta hasn't started on 2.3 yet, and so it probably won't be another month or so till we actually get the stuff incorporated into the main game. But I am looking forward to the camera, because the debug camera thing, I mean, you can just scroll back and then you basically stop, and it's really slow as well. Yeah, so that's as far as I can get, which means my ship is rather large when I want to put it in the screenshots. But the new camera that they're adding is much better. It's like a fully functional camera. It's got zooms, and you can move as far away and as close to the ship as you want. So it's almost like a fighter, but with pretty much infinite range. So that's quite good. Long overdue. The first time I was playing Elite, when it came out, it didn't even have the camera. They added that kind of as I was getting a bit fed up with the game. But since Horizon came out, I got back into the game, got the Horizons, and have not looked back really. It's been a much better experience. What with the vehicles, driving around on planets is awesome. We need to be able to drive around on more planets, I feel. Hopefully that will be coming up. Curse you, Rain. But yeah, all the neutron stars around here just seem to be discovered. So, fairly big world there, but I don't usually bother exploring a system unless it's got landables. But let's see, oh, that's far away. 2790 light seconds. What is the dot? The little blue dot? That is the HUD. Yes. It's just a kind of targeting reticule thing. I don't know if you can actually turn it off. Can we turn it off? Gun sight mode. No, that's when you're in combat. Yeah, I don't think it can turn off. I don't know if it's different in other ships. It may be just something that the ASP has, but it's been so long since I've actually flown another ship, I can't remember. But yeah, I presume that's what you were talking about, Steve DG. So I'm just going to edge into this neutron star here. So I don't know if those viewing are familiar with this, but neutron star jets like this one we can actually fly into, and they'll give us a bit of a boost on the jump range, the FSD range, but you've got to be careful. I've done a few of these, not had anything happen yet. Alright, here we go. You get tossed around a bit, you might get tossed out, and you gotta wait until that happens and then boost the heck out of there. And we're free. So yeah, once you stop buffeting. There's a lot of people on the Elite Explorers Reddit, and like a few, well, not a lot of people, but a few people at least have said that they're terrified of neutron stars, but you don't have to be. And some of them look a lot more intimidating than this one. This is a slowly rotating neutron star. The ones that are rapidly rotating are pretty crazy, and I don't know if we'll see one. But the net result of all that, once I get a little bit more distance, is if I look at my jump range, I now have a jump range of 175.6 light years. So yeah, yeah, that targeting reticule thing might be unique to the ASP, I'm not sure. Right, so now if we look at the range, we should have the ability to jump a bit further. So I've not figured out a really good way to do this, short of scrolling along and going until I get to about 170 odd light years. There we go. So there is a bug, I think, where we can't plot routes to systems near the edge of the extended range. So let's see if this one will work. That'll work. 147. Let's see if we can find a one that's a bit further. That won't work. Go really further. What does that say? Yeah. So that one at 174. Where was it? Is that one? Ah, go away. So that one at 174, I think I should be able to plot a route to. Yeah, 175.63 light years, theoretically I can plot a route to. But this one I can't. Because there seems to be a funny bug where the plot route is calculating your route as if you had a full tank of fuel, which I don't have. So if you don't have a full tank of fuel, then your range is a little bit extended because you've got less mass of fuel. But if you actually select it, then you will find, if I go back, that I will be able to jump to that star. So you don't plot the route to it, you just select it, and it's within range. But I want to see if there's anything more interesting I can jump to. How far are you? You're 259 and you're the next on the chain. So what I usually do is kind of kill those, see if I can spot anything interesting. You've got to be kind of zoomed out at the right distance, so that looks about right. So there is a neutron star that I found earlier using this method. Of course, it's really hard to see these things. There's a few things in the background, but they really get confusing. That's in the background. I wish you could turn off the background actually, but there might be a way to do that I am not aware of. But looks like there's nothing hugely interesting. So let's just pick a B star because they're always fun. That's going to be too far. 222, 215, 168. Ah, that's probably just over that limit. That's really annoying. What about you? 158. Yeah, let's do you. Alright, let's head off to this B star and see if there's anything interesting there. In fact, we might be able to tell from the star types. Oh hey, B4. That's a new one. So yeah, I've got a bit of a strong background in astronomy and planetary physics and planetary geology anyway. So all the star stuff in this is really does geek me out. And this system that we're going to jump to is a B7, so it's big blue star, and it is a type 4, that's the 1B here, which is a subgiant. And I've not seen too many subgiants in this so far. And it's got a F0 subdwarf companion and an M5 main sequence star. And I could, at some point, start rambling about the science and stuff, because that's a bit of a bugbear for me in this game, that they try with the science, but they don't get it right a lot of the times.
3, 2,
and to most people,
1,
but to me, who has studied this stuff a lot, it is a bit irritating. But see what treasures lie in this system. There's usually a few interesting planets in the B system, although they tend to be a bit hot. Honk. 31. Hey, there we go. Got something interesting here. Ooh, ringed landable planets. That looks nice. Then we got these guys. How far away are you? You are... Oh, yeah, I can't tell, can I? So... Or can I? That's 11.7... Right, okay, so yeah, okay. 11.17 AU, that might be the distance between these. It's really annoying because they really should have a barycenter in this for all the double systems and double planets, because they don't tell you how far those are. Like if I actually select this double planet here, you can see it's got a semi-major axis of 0 AU, which again is not really helpful, just less than 0.01 AU. And that one's got a semi-major axis of 0.01 AU, but they are not 0.01 AU away from the star. It doesn't tell you how far they are from the star. You have to kind of go by the arrival point up here, which is 575 AU. Sorry, light seconds, which is 75 times 300,000. Over that. Yeah, so about 500 light seconds is about 1 AU, I believe. Yeah, 500 light seconds is 1 AU. And 1 AU is the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So it's kind of a nice little measuring stick. And they... Weirdly enough, they use light seconds a lot in this game, and then they give you the semi-major axes in AU. honestly, I find that a lot more understandable than light seconds. Not a unit that I commonly have used before. But what we got here? We got what looks like a class 5, maybe? Gas giant, brown dwarf, another gas giant. Yeah, I'm also like scouting out for interesting places to land on and take screenshots from. I've assembled quite an album of stuff that I'm going to put online at some point, probably on my website. Yeah, like one of the things I look out for is a ringed planet with a moon and an orbital period of kind of less than a day, because that's usually a good sign that it's close to the rings and therefore has interesting views. This one's got a ringed moon as well, which is incredibly unlikely. What we got down in these other systems, nothing terribly interesting by the looks of it. Icy bodies, rocky bodies, lava planet, possibly high gravity world, they're always fun. Let's check this out anyway. Yeah, if everyone's got any questions about what I'm doing or about the science or anything, just let me know in the chat. I should probably fuel scoop here, shouldn't I? Just tank up. I got 5A fuel scoop. This is usually how I do it. Just get to about 400 or 500. Make sure the heat doesn't go too high. Always want to keep the star on my left or right. Don't know if that's a weird quirk. Jimbo Zed, hello. So are rings on moons orbiting gas giants possible? They're not stable. The rings wouldn't be stable. Like I think.
Fuel scooping complete.
Is it Rhea? One of the moons of Saturn. They thought might have had, or might even possibly have a ring, a very, very, very faint ring. I think they detected some like weird occultations of stars behind it, or to the side of it, that they couldn't figure out what that was. But it was in about the right place for a ring system. So, but I think the general consensus is that they are not going to be stable. There's a lot of gravitational forces tugging on moons, so they're going to be very short-lived. I think maybe the further away you are from the planet, it might be a little more stable, and that moon that had a ring was the last one out. So, but if it's like a big Saturn-like ring, then that's going to be a little unlikely. So here we go. Let's head for these anyway. Usually, if there was nothing in the system of interest, I would be targeting Netstar and hitting the frameshift drive once the fuel scoop disengaged. That's usually the sign I use. So yeah, hopefully that answered your question there. I mean, I doubt if I'm going to go visit that because it's probably far away. I think I saw 26,000 light seconds, 20,000. That's where the other system is. It's a bit far away. And I'll be the first to admit that exploring probably isn't the most fantastic of spectator activities, but mostly just flying along. But it's good to just sort of chill out and do it really, and talk to people. the double planets are another thing that are a bit unlikely. Or they're a bit unlikely in the numbers that they show up in Elite Dangerous as. Like, you know, they're not impossible. You could argue that Pluto and Charon are a double planet system. Some have argued that the Earth and Moon might be a double planet system. But you know, they show up so often in Elite. Like, every system seems to have a double planet, and especially with gas giants as well. Gas giant double planets like this. I mean, this is a brown dwarf, admittedly. I mean, this, depending on how you class things, you know, this could equally end up going on this side of things and just be a separate entry up here, because it's kind of a star. It's not really a star, it's a substellar object. But the way they show these systems is funny, because, you know, what's the difference exactly between a double planet here and just having this shown underneath, which they do sometimes show it as. That's not terribly clear to me, but let's see what these things have got anyway. That's why we came out here. So, metal rich world. I suppose the important thing is, does anybody have polonium? Ah, you do. Ooh, that's a good one. So polonium is quite handy. That's on the second guy. So polonium down here. Polonium is handy for extended jumps. And I suppose before I do that, I should have a look at what the gravity was. 2.5 G. Oh, okay. Wow. The inner one was 3.6 G, so that's going to be an interesting one to land on. But 2.5 G and 1049 Kelvin surface temperature, which is also unlikely. A lot of this stream has been me talking about how unlikely stuff is, which makes me sound like a bit of a negative person about it, but I do like the game, really. They're just little things that bug me. So let's go ahead here and see if I can drive around for a little bit, or see if I can land in one piece. So a bit more stuff in the chat. Red gas giant. You mean these ones? Or these ones? Because this is just a normal gas giant, but this one is a brown dwarf, and I don't know what type it is. Probably not an L, because L's a bright red. Probably a T or a Y, but we could go out and have a look at that later on. I could go and see. Now, exploring, of course, is you know, one of the pillars of the game, but I don't know how many explorers also are more like photographers. Yeah, the far right one is indeed this one, a gas giant. It should be anyway. I'd be surprised if it wasn't. But yeah, this one should be a brown dwarf. But we'll go and have a look after I land on here. So yeah, I've taken a lot of screenshots. I do some setting up of scenes just to get a good view of something. And you know, usually I head for the day-night divide because you usually get some interesting views. But I'll try landing on here. I'll drive around for a little bit, and then we'll head out to the gas giants out there and see what they are. There's a big argument, not a big argument, but a big discussion today on the Frontier forums about the Beigeification of planets. And I gotta admit, this one looks very dull. It's got a bit of white splotching. But, you know, I mean, the craters on here are just very very average looking craters. And, no, yeah, they're not very dense in terms of the numbers of craters. Where am I going? Oh, I'll just go
Orbital
over
flight
here.
engaged.
I'll target that crater. Because, yeah, in reality, you know, airless objects are going to be covered in craters. Like, there will be, every square inch of this thing would be a crater of the size that we were looking at, pretty much. Yep. Enjoying the view is definitely a good thing. When the, you know, when you get in the right spot anyway. Oh look, hey. That companion is quite nice there. Yeah, you got to be careful near the Terminator because sometimes the brightness levels kick up on the dark side, and you know, they don't really help when it comes to taking photos. Well, sometimes they can. Sometimes they, you know, if you want to capture the darkness of the scene, you're not going to be in luck. So, getting up to 2.5 G. Should be hitting the glide phase soon. There we go. Park over here. Oh, those creaking noises. So I have to be careful here. I have landed on I think I've landed on a 3.1 G planet before and survived the experience, but you have to be careful. So it's a little bit risky. Let's see what my descent rate is like. Alright. Now I know there's some tips for how to land on high gravity worlds. Oh, there we go. That's a nice view of the star and the rings. And they involve turning off the flight assist, but I am nowhere near that confident. So what I usually do is just keep an eye on the height. See if we can expand the scanner range. So that little bar at the bottom that's moving across there, that's the scanner range. You can sometimes see POIs on the ground. And yeah, so usually how I land on these worlds is I just sort of tap the thruster a bit. And I think that little vertical bar on the right that's got the green, not the green, the blue lines in it on the right of the HUD is kind of what the downward force on me is, it seems to be. So as that sort of drops to the middle, the height should decrease more slowly. Yeah, like that. So we just keep it in a 3 to 4 kind of range until we get to about 1 kilometer. I should put the landing gear down. I'm controlling this, by the way, with a Thrustmaster HOTAS X joystick. So it's got throttle and the joystick, and that has been a major factor in making the game fun, because first time, you know, when I was playing it at the end of whatever it was, 2014, beginning of 2015, after it came out, I was just using a keyboard, and that was a pain. There was just so many keys. It's a lot easier to do with deal with the buttons on the joystick. Alright, so got to concentrate a bit here. Point upwards, there we go. Plummeting a little fast. Yeah, so that's a thing you can do if the altitudes are going down too quickly, just point the ship up and go full throttle, because the main engines will get you out of that usually. And just using upward thrusters to slow me down a little there. And bit of a bumpy landing, and it's one of those ones where it clearly lies to you about saying that it's a good landing spot. So what I usually do is just land a bit, move a little bit, land again. But sometimes it does, it sort of seems to say that your alignment is fine, and then fails to actually land you. There we go. Landed! Hooray! 2.53 gravities. All good. Alright, Jimbo Ked has a question. What shield am I running? What shield am I running? I think it's 5D, but oh yeah, it'll tell you here, wouldn't it? No, 3A. So yeah, they're not very strong. They're quite wimpy shields, but I found you don't need huge shields. Yeah, 3D. There we go. Yeah. I've got 3A. I mean, I suppose 3A is the same mass as a 3D, so that's probably why I went for that. I think they are anyway. And I've also engineered my shields a bit. I got the what was it? The high efficiency ones or something. And I think I got a decreased mass bonus for that as well. So that helped a bit. So yeah, but having some shields is definitely essential. I think one time I came out with no shields and crashed into a mountain, and that did not go well. I managed to limp back to a station with 3% hull. So yeah, so I'm out in the crater. There is the sun. Where is the mountain? Is that somewhere around here? Oh, there it is. Yep. So the view. My horrible SRV tracks messing up the place already. Virgin world, and already it's been sullied. Here's the rings. Trying not to make everyone motion sick with my horrible camera use. But yeah, magnificent desolation, pretty much. Very lunar landscape. I kind of use my SRV as a sort of mobile camera platform as well. If I want to get a screen cap of the ship from a distance, I just drive the SRV out. Oh, hello. We have a data point. So I don't know if everyone watching actually is that experienced with the wave scanner, but if you want me to explain how to use it, which is the arc above the radar that's scanning there. If you want me to explain how to use it or show you how to use it, then let me know, because I've had some good training from Miles Red on the Galactic Academy Discord on this. It was very nicely explained pretty much everything I need to know about how to use wave scanners to find meteorites and outcrops and things. But yeah, let's have a look. There was something. So I don't know if you can see it. It's very faint. Let's see if I can get the flag, get the star. block the view from the star. But along the top edge there, are you still there? Yeah, there's a very faint signal from something, and that is probably going to be a crashed nav beacon, which for some reason you can still find out here. So we could head over there. It's quite far away, but as we approach, keeping that top line on the scanner centered. Also, I really like driving on high gravity worlds because you actually have traction. It feels natural to drive. I'm pretty sure if I go out of range with my ship, it will be able to land again. Although I have used the reforce ship function on the aforementioned 3G world, and it works fine. It was a little bit cautious, but... Hello? Lash Reader? Was it Lash Reader? Lash Reader? Hello? Welcome aboard. I have actually no idea what time it is. 2:52. What, 6:52 my local time. So doing okay. Something else is blocking the signal here. I'm just heading this direction. Sometimes these signals disappear as well, which is a little annoying. Let's see if we can find this nav beacon. Really, I was landing to look for some polonium, but we'll do that afterwards. We'll see if we can get to that gas line. Alright, that signal has vanished, but I think it's still in this general direction. So it was about 120-ish, the bearing. It's the thing on top of the target reticule there. So remember that bearing. Oops, and might be an idea if I actually change tack here, because this is a stronger signal. So this thing on the bottom of the scanner now that I'm following is a meteorite, and that thing that's you've got like a thin line on the left. The irony here is I can't point to it. You got a thin line on the left, which is a meteorite, and the thicker line that sort of seems to take up more of the scanner is probably an outcrop. Try not to hurtle off the edge to my doom here because this is quite bumpy terrain. But the meteorite is probably going to be a bit more interesting. And then we'll see if we can find that scan signal again. So yeah, out in the bubble, out of the bubble where we are, we're going to find meteorites and we're going to find outcrops, and we will find the occasional crash beacon, but that should be pretty much everything. If anything shows up on the third row of the scanner, that will be a surprise because that's usually skimmers. Very conflicting signals here. See if we can find something. That's something. think bronze chondrite. So these are not terribly good. They tend to have the, I think they have the more common minerals in them. I love the high gravity things. Got nickel. So yeah, high gravity worlds, the goodies just kind of clear out of the outcrop on the meteorite. Oh look, our scan signal has reappeared. Iron, yeah, there's going to be like nickel and iron, and that's pretty much all she wrote on this one, I think. Yeah, bronze chondrites tend to have really common minerals. I'm probably not doing my undercarriage very good there. So that was not great. But doing that seems to have cleared up a bit of the conflicting signals and revealed our friend, the beacon. And you'll notice as well, my ship has disappeared. The green square on the radar, on the edge of the radar, has gone. It has flown off. I can, if I go back here, recall it, but I will not for now. But when I'm done, I'll recall it. So yeah, let's see if we can find this beacon. Should not be too far away. So I'm assuming it's a beacon. Should. Can you see it? Getting closer. That arc on the scanner, as that gets smaller. Oh, here we are. We found it. That arc on the scanner is also kind of shows you how far away it is, and if it's a wide arc, it means it's far away, and if it's thin, it means it's close. So yeah, we have a beacon. And I'm rolling a little bit, but so somehow all the way out here is a crash nav beacon. I mean, you know, in game terms it's just something randomly generated, but I wonder if it's here because we're sort of on the Colonia highway. Maybe it was a thing that you know, was plotting a route for it or something, or you know, scouting out. So if you haven't seen these before, you will get a data package if you select and scan them. So I got a package from somebody, and these basically just sit there in your transactions menu, and when you get back to civilization, you can then go and sell them off to the relevant party. So a little bit of extra money. And they don't take up any weight either, or any mass on the ship, so they don't impact your jump range. So this direction there is no meteorites or anything. Here. Let's see if I can find me some polonium, because that is rare. It doesn't usually get to more than, I think it's like 1.5% when you look at the element percentages on the planet, and it doesn't show up a lot, and I do believe it is classed as a very rare element. But you need that for the, where am I? Yeah, so it's this. You need that for the frameshift drive injection, of which there are 3 types: vanadium and germanium for the first type, that gives you plus 25. You need cadmium and niobium as well for the second type, which is plus 50%. And you need the polonium for the premium injection, which doubles your jump distance basically. So that can be handy. I have had to use a long range boost occasionally. Earlier on I was exploring above the galactic plane, so I just kind of went up and found a few stars at the top, basically when they were starting to get thin, and the range was such that I think it was more like the stars were about 45 light years apart or something, so I needed the boosts. So this is a outcrop. Let's have a closer look at it here. It is not a gold outcrop, it is a dull outcrop. So yeah, there's two types. There's the normal outcrop, which are these, and there are the gold looking ones, the metallic looking ones, and they tend to have rare minerals. These ones unfortunately tend to have common minerals, or more common minerals. So we got chromium, nickel, chromium, yeah, it's all chromium basically. I'll grab a few. I really could do with a slightly better way to scoop things up than just running them over. Seems a little clunky. So chromium, got all the chromium, right. Alright, we'll try one more, and if we can't find any more, then yeah, we'll leave it. I don't need polonium, but it's always nice to try and find it when it's there. How are folks in the chat? Hopefully this is vaguely engaging. And to be honest, I haven't looked at too many Elite streams, so I don't really know what the general format of them is. I think a lot of the ones I have had a quick look at have been kind of combat-y kind of things. They have multiple people on headsets, which I have no idea how to set up so far in the stream environment, but I'm not seeing a lot of exploration streams. But yeah, they're not terribly exciting, but they're pretty. But yeah, most of the streams I've watched have been for other games that are not Space Sims. So this is somewhat different. We're just trying to try it out myself, seeing how it works. I figure if I'm playing a game, I might as well have other people watching me play. There we go. This one might be. I think it might be one side right. The other reason I'm getting out on the floor here is just so I can land my ship a bit more easily. And I think I actually have a path. This is visible in the scanner. This name. They make noises on the scanners. I want to see where that meteor went. That's odd. Right back a little bit and see. Turn around. So the one that's on the scanner there at the moment is not what I was driving towards. There it is. Should be somewhere up ahead. Still there. Still there. I think that's it. There we go. That's how it comes right. Turn it. We just got on. think. My material storage is full. So I've got to get rid of a bunch of crap. I think this will just show the common stuff. So I don't know if you're familiar with this, but the grade on the side of this listing in my materials list is how common that item is, and I have 103 sulfurs, so I can probably get rid of about 50 of those because they are good for refueling, but I'm pretty good with 50. I can probably get rid of a heck of a lot more other things as well, but that'll do, just to save some room. I don't even really use iron and so on anyway, but I'm a bit OCD about, picking everything up, and so, just pains me to see it go to waste. Alright, let's have a look. Let's see if I can land the ship first. Let's get somewhere flat. To make it easier, and then let's see how far away the ship lands from me, because that's a lot to read in yourself. Okay, so summoning the ship. Recall ship. So let's have a look. Sometimes they have landed almost on top of me, but most of the times they land very far away. I think I'm just going to have a sup of tea. So everyone hearing me loud and clear? Something's moving. So ship has arrived. Of course, like the Lake Hilarious thing is I'm using the camera to look up and down, and I am actually looking up and down as well, so kind of instinct. Head on over. So you folks in the chat, are you generally elite players as well, or are you just checking things out, on the fence about buying it? Let me know. Because yeah, if you're on the fence about buying it, I would recommend it. It's very good. Now, if you're on the fence about Horizons, this is you can only do the driving around with Horizons, so that's a very good reason to get it. And the driving around is also, if you don't have Horizons and you're exploring, I think the only way you can get elements would be with a mining laser on your ship, which means you have to look for ring systems and so on. You wouldn't be able to get them from planets. Planets are, well, I suppose asteroids are common as well, and rings are common, but whether you've got the right ones, you might as well maximise your choice and be able to get them from planets or rings. So the ship landed okay. Load back up, and well, let's go out and have a look at that that pair of gas giants that was out there. Which one are we looking at? You know what? We'll probably, hopefully it'll be on the way. So we could just check out that gas giant as well. Just get all the planets in the system. 27,000, 29, 22,700. Where are you? You are behind me. And where are you? You're in front of me, right? Alright, let's head to this one because I think this is the distant pair, and then we'll swing back and get this one. So, all right, I love this bit. Thrusters struggling. There we go. I love that. On the high gravity worlds, the thrusters will kind of lift you off a little bit, and then they just can't handle the gravity for a second or so, and then you take off, which I think is a very nice touch. Boost up. So taking off. Get clear of the planet.
Frameshift drive charging.
Charge up the friendship drive.
Ready to engage.
And of course I prematurely throttle to 0.
4, 3, 2.
Are you going to be okay? There we go. Bit of smoke rising from my console. Why was that? Vague. Oh no! Not bringing SRV. That is sad. Yeah, I suppose you could kind of fly close to a planet and get to sort of near the surface view, but well, actually, like yeah, you as long as you've got the planetary approach suite, you can actually land on the planet. You just can't SRV on it, can you? Yeah. Yes, I like the planet stuff. I wish they were a bit more varied, but yeah, it's fun. I really would love to land on some of the other planets though that we can't land on yet, like the volcanic ones would be good. You know, it's just even ones like some of them have got really thin atmospheres that are so thin that you know 0.0001 atmosphere pressure, and yet you can't land on it because reasons. I mean, that wouldn't really make much of or be much of an obstacle for your ship. I can understand them saying, yeah, you can't land on a 1 atmosphere world, but something that's in microbars is not going to be an issue. Maybe they'll slowly bring them in and we can land on some of those big icy planets or something. And I've seen there's some massive icy planets. You can see at the edge of systems sometimes, and they're like 9G, but not landable because they have a wisp of an atmosphere. So let me see if I can fire up something here. Yeah, I've got EG Discovery. I don't know if you guys have that, but yeah, hopefully it'll be part of a future patch. But EG Discovery, if you are exploring, is vital. I think it just adds so much because you can track where you're going, and it's got this awesome 3D map in it. I don't think I can actually add it to the stream here without breaking things, so I don't really want to risk it. But yeah, you can add a lot of interesting data, because what it does, it takes the journal logs that Elite writes whenever you do anything. So whenever you scan something, or even whenever you get a message from the station controllers or something, it's all recorded in the logs, and it scans them and it just kind of presents it in a more readable form. And one of the things you can do in it is export. Let's slow down a little bit. There we go. One of the things you can do is export your data, and you can actually do a little bit of spreadsheet jiggery pokery, and you can then sort of actually sort of data mine what you've been exploring, and tell you things like what's the highest gravity world you've landed on, and what's the biggest world you've landed on, and so on. So one of those guys was class 4. I think that red gas giant. Yeah, Steve DG, if you're still around. That red gas giant was class 4. And the other guy was a Y dwarf. So yeah, here's that red giant, or the red gas giant anyway. Class 4, these are hot, 1000, well, 950 Kelvin, which is, let's see, 954, can't do this in my head, I'm terrible at mental arithmetics, 681 degrees Celsius, and some units in Fahrenheit, which I have no idea how to convert, but what is this, roughly, I think 1400, does that sound about right? 1400 Fahrenheit, if you must use those horrible units. I am not. Well, I mean, I'm a Brit. I'm in Canada. I love the metric system. Also science. So, but we do use the imperial system a bit in the UK. So I do know feet and inches, but Fahrenheit is a scale I have nothing but loathing for. Just where are we going? I do not like the Fahrenheit scale. It's very unintuitive to me, but. Let's get a look at this red gas giant. Oh, there's a, hang on a second, there's a moon right on the edge. Probably, oh wait, you know what, we could get a nice view from that. Because that is right in the shadow of the gas giant. Let's go have a look at this. Wow, this is, oh, that's a nice arrangement there. I guess this is the one that had 1.2 days orbital period. Right close to the rings. How far away is that, do you reckon? That is about one diameter away, isn't it, of that moon. That is really close. Oops, wrong one. Over here. Yeah, we're about 4,000 kilometers away from the edge of the ring system here, so this is going to be quite nice. Let's see if we can get a good screenshot here. You got to kind of line things up. Ooh. Yeah, that could be fun. So I reckon if we land kind of at the North Pole, we'll be able to see the rings a little, in quite a lot of detail, and then we're close to the horizon. So yeah, slight detour. Good thing I went to check out this giant then. Yeah, this is really close for a moon. Again, I guess it shows that the orbital period of this thing. Did I even look at that one? May not have looked at that one. No, that's a 0.8 day one. Yeah, 0.8 days. That seems to be a nice spot, and I think I spotted polonium here as well. So, now if I land here, that's going to be too low, so I have to get a little
Orbital flight engaged.
trick is to try and do this before the glide kicks in, because otherwise you're going to be stuck in a downward path. Oh wow, look at this. So I'm just trying to get it so that if I take a shot with it on the horizon, then you know I can get the ground as well as the rings. But I don't even know if that's going to be possible. It may need a panorama type shot, but let's have a look. Right up on the day side now. So yeah, sometimes you find these little gems, and this is oriented really nicely. Okay, here we go. Let's try going down here. Hopefully that's not too fast. That would be nice. I might have to do kind of a sideways screenshot like that maybe when I land, but we'll have a look. And of course, as you get lower, the ring edge is kind of getting closer to the horizon, and I'm like, no, come back, angle up. I want to be able to capture you in all your glory. Let's see. It's not straight either, is it? It comes a bit off center. That's a little bit annoying. And that'll really aggravate the OCD. Oh well. I could take the time to try and figure out how to get it in the right spot so that it's parallel to the horizon. Right, how would I even be able to do that from here? Like, where do I need to go? I need to go kind of left, wouldn't I? Kind of that way? Maybe. Let's do a little boost. That said, maybe it might be where the moon is as well, so I don't think any amount of flying would be able to help me there. Alright, let's just touch down somewhere and see if we can get a nice screenshot. I might get the rover out and go into the distance a little. How high are we? 5 kilometers, 0.24 gravities. Yep. So yeah, had I landed sort of over the other side, kind of directly underneath the gas giant, then we might not even be able to see the rings at all. We just see the gas giant because they'd be edge on. It's all about trying to get the, figure out the geometry in your head. Figure out the best place to go. Yeah, sure. Let's park it here. Reckon that's a good shot. Yeah, that should be good. Landing gear on.
Landing gear deployed.
So, if you are not on the Elite Explorers subreddit, I would heartily recommend being there, because it's lots of nice screenshots and hints for exploring and so on. I don't run that. I just post a lot of that. There is also the Elite Dangerous Discord. Oh, sorry, not the. Well, there's the Elite Dangerous Discord. There's the Galactic Academy Discord, which is the place to go where you want to, if you want some help with things, if you've got questions, you want to ask how to do something. That's a really good place. That's the Galactic Academy. And then there is the Elite Explorers Discord as well. which I will link to somewhere. I'll probably link it on my Twitch page or something. And that's kind of the Discord that goes with the Elite Explorers subreddit. So, oh, there we go. Landed. Hooray! Seatbelts off. No smoking sign has been switched off. Alright, we are down. Let's have a look around. See if we can get a nice view.
Drive assist on.
Oh, good. So, Brias, B-R-A-C-A-S, you are most welcome. I'm glad it is some use. But yeah, hopefully you decide to get Horizons, because I think it's worth it. It adds quite a lot to the game. I think also, I don't know if the alien stuff is accessible to people who don't have Horizons. Engineers, I don't think, are accessible to outside Horizons. But definitely the landings are a Horizons thing. So, what do I want to do here? Just trying to get a nice screenshot. If I want to fit the star in, I would have to do it like this, because that's not going to... Well, that might work. That could work. Just about. I could take a snap of that, and that's straight. Now, what should be straight? Oh no! Should the rings be straight, or should the horizon be straight? I think the rings. It's like, ever seen, there's a picture called OCD Nightmare, you know, a meme image thing online, and it's got a picture of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and you know, that's in the middle, and then you've got the frame around it, which of course is a square. But do you have the Tower of Pisa being straight, or do you have the frame being straight? That would be one of those kind of recursive loop things that would fry my brain. Alright, take a snap like that. Don't know if I like the asp being off center. Maybe if I can get it in the center. That might be an idea. That might work. I like symmetry. A little bit further. One thing I am going to love when this camera comes out is the new camera in 2.3 is that we will be able to control our vehicles while in the camera. Let's go up a bit. I think that looks a little better, doesn't it? Go wonky in my head. Is that straight? I think that's straight. It says trying to just grab a book and hold it up to the screen and use that as my marker. That appears to be straight. Okay, I think that looks okay. Take another screening of that. You gotta watch it with the screenshots. One of the infuriating things that I have with pretty much any computer game really is the field of view is very distorted. This field of view is 54 degrees. Well, let me rewind that. Vertically, it's 54 degrees. Horizontally, I believe it's 84 degrees. But you have distortions at the edges. And you can see, like, here's the planet. It looks nice and spherical. And if I go over here, you see it's distorted, kind of egg-shaped. it's circular and distorted, and down at the bottom you can get distorted. So it's kind of like you're almost like looking through a curved window, and that can be really annoying for screenshots, especially if you want to make panoramas out of them, which I have done. And if you want to make panoramas, you could definitely use, I think Photoshop has a panorama like photo merging function, but it's not, at least the one that I've got in CS3 is not terribly intelligent, but probably the newest version is quite a lot better. But you can also use a program called Hugin, Hugin, Hugin Panorama Editor, and it's free, and it is on, you can get from GitHub or something. So I would recommend that. That's a very neat little program. You have to know a little bit about how to vanishing terrain, darkness going on there. But yeah, you have to know a little bit about how to stitch things together, because you need to kind of make control points for the images. Like you actually sort of find a point that is the same in both images, and you have to kind of click on both of them, and that tells it that that is a thing to match up when you're making the panorama. But that will let you do panoramas that Photoshop may not be able to handle. And you can get some quite good ones out of it. But the reason I mention that is that the distortions in the screen, in the field of view, are, they can get in the way of making those panoramas. You have to, if your planet is, you're kind of rotating the field of view around, and your planet gets distorted as it gets to the edge of one of the screens, then it's not gonna come out very well in the panorama. Yep, here we are. Nice and obvious. That is a dull outcrop. So yeah, watch the difference with the gravity now. Clunk. So what have we got here? Phosphorus, chromium. I hate this. The way it picks the things that I can actually target, because I seem to have to point my thing at it. I wonder if it might be easier if I did like this. It might be easier. There you go. Go the obvious route and have a mobile turret camera that I can use to select these things. So it's all phosphorus and chromium and stuff, and I don't really need that. Hello. There's somebody. So, yeah, let me just have a look at the minerals. I believe this one said polonium as well. Yep, polonium 0.5 and germanium. That's nice. Alright, if I find this meteorite here. Oh my god, yeah, low gravity. And then we'll see what's in there. I like that there is there is a reasonably good simulation of the gravity. I'm assuming that this is actually what 0.24 gravity is what we have. How much airtime have I got? Yep, that's alright. Because there's a lot of times we have games that have, or not games, but TV shows as well, that they'll either have zero gravity or they'll have full gravity, even though they've got no means to make full gravity. And I have lost. Where are you? Here. Yeah, they have like the high gravity, like Earth-like gravity, well they have no gravity, but they don't usually have gravity that's in between. So it's kind of hard to visualize what that would be like, but Elite does have that. Granted, a lot of the worlds are actually microgravity worlds, but occasionally you'll find ones that are like 0.75 or 0.25, 2.0, 3.0. And it's interesting to see those. So this is a mesosiderite, and those are actually good. They usually have rare things in them. So I've got, what, 3 fragments? Zirconium.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Did I get that one? We got a zirconium and phosphorus and the other one. And phosphorus. Ah, this is a disappointing one. Usually mesosiderites have good stuff in them, I think. And there's mesosiderites, there's bronzite chondrites, metallics are really good. There's outcrops. Whoops. I think that's all of them. There might be one other meteorite type. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the mesosiderites, the metallics, and the gold outcrops are apparently the ones that have the rare minerals. I am giving up on this one. So, also, something you may not know is that you can actually board from any angle. You don't have to line up. It'll just rotate you around. As long as that board ship light goes on, you're good. So, excuse me while I quaff my tea. Right, so I have said that I was going to end the stream around 8. I might go on a little bit longer. It's basically until I got hungry, because it's sort of dinner time around here. But I could probably last till 8:30 if people are up for it. So let's go and have a look at that. I'll like swing by that brown dwarf there.
Landing gear retracted.
Sorry, Jimbo, what did you not know or try? So I mean, like concentrating on the screen here and not on the chat.
Frame shift drive
I've
charging.
been rambling on about many topics here, and I can't remember what that might have been. I'll try and be a bit more focused on future streams.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Speaking of which, if you are, well actually it'll probably work for Americans as well, but if you're in the UK, this timing is not very good because it's like 2 in the morning on UK time, but it's evening for most of America. But on Saturday morning, I'm hoping to do another stream. I just kind of pick up where we left off, maybe if I don't play it off camera in the meantime. But definitely got a stream planned for Saturday morning PST. So I was thinking 9 till 11 AM, which I think is 5 till 7 PM in the UK, so that might be more bearable. About the SRV angle. Oh, there, right, yes. Loading into the ship. Yeah, I just discovered that by chance, and I just dropped out of frame shift. Damn it. because I wasn't targeting a different system, was I? But yeah, I just found that out by chance. Thought like I can't be bothered to go around the back of the ship, and I think sometimes when the ship lands, there's like a little bump in the ground before, and you can't actually get in. You know, your SRV is too big, the clearance is too low, so I had to go around the side and hope, and it worked. So yeah, a lot of these things it seems you have to just blunder into. So let's go swing by here. This has got a ludicrously large ring system, I can tell. Rings are another thing that irked me a little bit, because usually around like a normal gas giant like Jupiter or Saturn or whatever, the rings will extend out to about 3 planetary radii. So, you know, they kind of look at, you know, they'll have a characteristic look. If you look at a picture of Saturn, that's about the extent of what ring systems usually are. Saturn does have a thin ring further out around the orbit of Enceladus, one of its moons. That's it's got geysers and it's sort of spouting out lots of water vapor. So all that stuff is collected around it and made a kind of icy, dusty ring. But you can't actually really see that from Earth. Like the famous Saturn's rings are what you see from Earth, and what I'm talking about. So usually the extent is about 3 planet radii. But in Elite Dangerous, of course, they have some rings that go out really, really, really far, like this, because this is a darn sight more than 3 radii of the brown dwarf that you can see just about in the middle. Now, interestingly, this is something I didn't know until I actually wrote an article about brown dwarfs for a pen and paper role-playing game. Here we go. Brown dwarfs are ridiculously dense. Let's have a look at what we've got here, and I'll show you. So we've got a system that is 482 million years old. That's quite young. We've got a white dwarf that is 0.0156 solar masses. So what is it? Jupiter is 1,000th of a solar mass, I think. Yeah, Jupiter is 1,000th of a solar mass. So that's 15 Jupiters, roughly. So that's at the low end of a brown dwarf. Brown dwarfs are sort of 13 to 70 Jupiter masses. So 0.013 to 0.07 solar masses. But it's got 15 Jupiter masses. And where's the radius? 0.0798. Oh, of course, you give it to me in solar radii, which is a real pain in the arse, and you don't just give it to me in kilometers, do you? So how big is that? 0.798 times 696,295. And yes, I do know the radius of the sun off by heart. It's what comes from doing lots of world building. So that radius is 55,564 kilometers. Jupiter's radius, I think, is around 70,000 kilometers. So you've got 15 Jupiter masses crammed into a volume that is actually smaller than Jupiter. Might even be sort of comparable to Saturn. Saturn, just quick to the internet. Don't give it to me in miles. 58,000. So it's slightly smaller than Saturn, this brown dwarf, and it's got 15 Jupiter masses, which means it is ridiculously dense. This thing is tens of thousands of kilograms per meter cubed. And lead, was it? What's the density of lead? Because lead's pretty dense. 11.34 grams per meter cubed. 11,340, yeah. So lead is 11,340 kilograms per meter cubed. This, I can't calculate it on the fly, really. Actually, I could calculate it on the fly because I have spreadsheets that already do that. Give me a second. Let me dig this up, because this is the sort of stuff I nerd out on, because I have done a lot of world building for role-playing games and such in the past, and I have spreadsheets that I have already set up for this. So if I can find them, where is it? Traveller. Yeah, it's the Traveller role-playing game is what I have been doing this stuff for. So, yeah, I'm just kind of parked here for a second while I figure this out. So it was about 55,000 kilometers, right? And it was 15 Jupiter masses, roughly. I'm just gonna go roughly. That's about 4,770 Earths, right? What would you be? You would be something like that. Yeah, that's about right. So the density of this planet is going to be that mass over that volume, which is quite a lot. So the density of this planet is 43,047, roughly. We'll call it 43,000 kilograms per meter cubed. So about 4 times denser than lead. And the reason that I'm going on about density is that, if I get back to Elite here, that's what affects how extensive the ring system is, because that also depends on the density of whatever the stuff is that makes up the rings. And I'm assuming in this case that the rings must be metallic, right, or metal rich, yeah. So it's going to be metal. So, but metal, iron, and stuff has a density of what, 8,000, I believe, somewhere around that. Yeah, about 8,000 kilograms per meter cubed. The brown dwarf has a density of about 43,000, and that means that the rings around the brown dwarf, which I did not know until I wrote this article, can actually go beyond 3 radii, because that's how you calculate it. They can, I think they go up to about, they could go up to about 6 or 7 radii. So they would look a bit strange. Where is what's that thing called? There we go. They would look a bit strange. This one might actually not be unreasonable. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think sort of realistic radius would be sort of about here, where my little targeting reticule is. This one goes out a little bit further, I think. But this one's not bad, but some of them are just even bigger than this, and it's ridiculous. So again, only a world-building astronomy type nerd like me would know that probably, or even care about it, but I like to explain these away as like accretion disks, which from planets and moons and things form out of, so they haven't had time to collapse into planets and moons yet. But of course that only works if the system is young, and this system is young, so this may well be an accretion disk. Alright, so I'm going to do this, get this last gas giant what's this, catalogued, scanned. And then what? We've got 10 minutes till I scheduled to end all the stream. Might be a good place to leave it. Just in this system, so it didn't get very far at all. Well, did a neutron star and pretty much explored all of this B star system. Could see if I can make it to the next one, because the next neutron star should not be that far away. Where are we going? We were that way, so we gotta head here, which is 103 light years away. Get some more stars. When I plot routes, I do not plot routes to M, L, T, Y or protostars, because L, T, Y and proto are not scoopable. These are so rare that they're not going to interfere with refueling. But M stars are just boring most of the time, although there are M giants, and I fear I may be missing out on those a little bit, but sometimes I'll add M stars just to, you know, speed up the route a little bit, but in this case it looks like we've only got 2 jumps to the neutron star anyway, and then we'll head off to another one, and then I'll probably call it there. But let's get this. Oops, not that one. Where are we? Yeah. Let's get you just added to the catalog. Yeah, so streaming time I haven't pinned down yet. Tuesday night definitely works for me. Could conceivably do one, actually no, I can't do on Wednesdays. For now, I think this is probably going to be the only one during the week, for this week at least, but then the next stream will be on Saturday morning. That will have to end at 11 because I've got to head out before 11:30 PST. So yeah, and then maybe next week I can figure out a more solid schedule, whatever we call it. I get so confused in Canada because I don't know how to pronounce some of these words. So anyway, here is Last Gas Giant, which is a class 4 again. Hotter. 3,000. Oh, that's a biggie. So again, one of the things I just know off by heart. Jupiter is about 318 Earth masses, so this is 11-ish Jupiter masses, which again it's slightly smaller radius. So that's a pretty dense gas giant. We could just have a swing by this distant moon out here and just sort of see a ringed moon around a ringed gas giant before we move on. So I'll try and get to the next neutron star because that's only two or three jumps away, and then I'll probably call it quits. So I'll overrun a little bit. And, here we go. Don't get this slowing down and speeding up thing. Oh well, quick flyby. There we go. So yeah, so it's got a fairly meaty ring system that I feel is slightly unrealistic. I don't think a moon would have rings that extensive. That's just a little excessive. One of the things I really, really wish they would do in this game is sort out the lighting, though, because it would be awesome to be able to see the shadow of the rings on the planet, or to see the shadows of moons, crossing their parent worlds, or even eclipsing each other. But they just haven't done that yet. I don't know if it's too hard to actually implement. I guess a bigger problem would be multiple light sources. Sorry, right, in the wrong map. Yeah, a bigger problem would be multiple light sources. So I'm going to there, right. No, I was in the right place because I wanted that. But if they got multiple light sources, that would be amazing. As in multiple stars, because we're missing out on so much cool visuals. Like you've got a red star and a blue star, and they're both casting shadows. But they'll be casting red and blue shadows because the object is blocking out the light from one star but not the other. And you can sort of see, different hemispheres of the planet would be lit a different colour and so on. It would look really cool. And there's some pretty garish or glaring examples of
Frameshift drive charging.
Places where that doesn't work. Like you can, I can be on the dark side of a planet, and there's a big star over there that should be lighting this up quite nicely, and it doesn't.
4, 3,
that's
2,
a bit
1, engage.
Maybe one day they'll get that done. Yeah, stars eclipsing each other would be a good one. I mean, they do that anyway, but you don't really see much of a difference, though, unfortunately. And another thing they do, which can be really annoying for taking photos of interesting things, is that the stars are actually treated as point lights. You can see that if you try and get to a kind of a sunset scene, if the middle of the star drops below the horizon, then you're in the shadow. Even though half the star is above the horizon, you should still be lit up. But they treat the light as coming from the middle rather than from the whole area. So in most cases it doesn't matter. But if you're close up to the star, like on the planet right up next to it, it does matter, because now you've suddenly got an area light instead of a point light. So it's a bit unfortunate there as well. They're missing out on some nice effects, and being an area light as well would make the shadows on the ground softer as well. We've got a volcanic moon there, which again we can't land on. But yeah, otherwise a bit of a meh system. But that's okay, because we want to charge on ahead to the neutron star. So I want to.
Fuel
I
scooping.
don't really want a fuel scoop as much. I want to arrive
Fuel
at the
scoop
neutron star a
disengaged.
little emptier. Alright, so now it's
Frameshift
once the
drive
fuel once the heat drops below about 50%, then it's usually safe to jump. So I think we got another system. Yes, we got this system to jump to, and then the neutron star, and then I will park the ship. Yeah, I don't know. Next time, because I kind of obviously like playing Elite in the evenings. I don't know if I'll be exactly where I left off.
Fuel scooping.
I don't know if I'll be exactly where I left off when I stream again on Saturday. I might have moved on a little bit.
Fuel scoop disengaged.
I might even stream before then. I think I have movies to watch or something this week though, so whoops, didn't want that one. I wanted the system map. What we got? Lots of stars and a gas giant. Okay. Yeah, so I don't know if I will stream or even play again this week before Saturday, so we'll have to see. I may be in a different spot though. Probably not too far ahead. But I'm kind of stopping a little bit more than I usually do, just to get some interesting shots and give some pretty things to look at. So usually I just go get the star name, especially if it's unexplored, so I can just get my name on it, even if it's not worth a lot. I want to get that planet. Yeah, I want to. 1043. Oh, it's quite a way away in it. You know what? Screw it. I don't need to get it. That can be for somebody else.
Frameshift drive charging.
Let's head over to the neutron star. So class N. Just gotta watch that we do not accelerate into it.
4, 3, 2, 1, engage.
Maybe if there's a planet at the neutron star, I could even land there if there's something. But I like to end the session having landed. See what we've got. Is it going to be a fast one or a slow one? Okay. So wow, a very slow one. Wow, that's very leisurely. Okay, that's all right. Yeah, the speed of the neutron star is basically determines how wide the jets are. So if it's really slow, you get these really kind of thin, narrow beams. If it's like a millisecond pulsar and it literally is rotating once every, 1 to 3 milliseconds, because you can actually see that in the ED Discovery output, then the jets are going to be like that size. They're just going to be an X with, half your sky is full of jet, and it's incredibly cool to look at. I think there might be a little bit of a rougher ride when you do the boosting with the neutron star jets as well. This one is on its own. Oh no, it's not. No, it had 3 already, or maybe I already scanned it. I don't know. Oh, we can land on that one. Yeah, far away though. Like a lot of these neutron star planets are over 1,000 light seconds. I think they might all be, but I think most of them are. I think I've seen a few screenshots of them not being, but it might be because they're in a binary system or something. But being 1,000 light seconds away, which I think we established was 2 AU, means that the neutron star is not even really visible from there, so it doesn't really make for interesting screenshots, unfortunately. Oops, slow there a little bit. So we're going to get the boost, and we're going to hopefully survive the experience. See, this happens sometimes. If you go in like I do, a little too cautiously, it actually spits you out before you get your FSD boost. So you gotta be careful here. So we're looking right down the barrel of the jet, almost like it's actually kind of off center. So what I want to do, apparently what you do not do, is go into a jet pointing towards the star, because that is madness apparently. But if I do this, I should be okay. Just wait for it to get a little baby. There we go. And then away we go. So we have the boost. Safe distance away. Yep. Just poking out from behind my ship. Right. Let's see. I might even be able to get to another neutron star, which would be even more fun. Be back on track. How far away are you? 152, 164. So these are ones that I have been to before. Wait a minute, you are not a neutron star. I accidentally clicked something that was not a neutron star. Oh, that's an O star, sorry. That's a neutron star. We could go and see the O star, but there's nothing there apart from the star, so it's a bit dull. Do I have a rotation period for you? Let me just look it up on my Elite Dangerous records. What is it? HJD. Actually, I'm looking it up in the wrong place. I should be looking it up in my thing. So it was a neutron star. I'm just looking at my previously discovered spreadsheet thing. Have I exported it? I don't think I have. That's irksome. Alright, let's try plan B. Let's look at the journal. Yeah. I think come up with these names. NYEAJEAU. N-type star. Let's just do it this way. I'm just basically looking it up just to see how fast it rotates. And then I'll know if it's, is it HJO or something, wasn't it? Yeah, HJO D72. HJO D72. There you are. What is your rotation period, sir? Not a very fast one, but it could be worth going to. Yeah, let's get over there, and then we'll do one more jump, and then I will call it the quits for the evening. And let's line up.
Frameshift drive charging.
And then I will almost be back where I was. Actually, if I do one more jump from there, I'll be further than where I was. And my fuel is still good.
4, 3, 2,
So I'll be back on the road to
engage.
Stop. yeah, this is a bit faster. According to EG Discovery, it was 0.65 seconds rotation period. So you can see it's a wider jet as well. And just out of habit, I did a scan. No landable planets. Let's just get the thing and go. Get the boost and get out of it. I should, before I do this, just have a look at what my frame shift drive is like. 87%, that's fine. Every time you do one of these boosts, it I think it knocks off 1% from your frame shift drive integrity. So gotta watch out for that. Yeah, there we go. Get out of there. Get out of there. Get me out of there. There we go. Yep, done. Hooray! That's a little bit more exciting than before. Okay, so one more jump. Let's see where we can go. So now I guess you can see what my sort of route planning is, since this is beyond where I've been. So usually I turn everything off except for the really rare stars. And then I have a look. So like here, interestingly, the little links here are already neutron stars. That's a neutron star. This other one here is a neutron star, which I have not been to. That's the O star that I have been to before. There is more stuff here. What are you? Trying to find out what this little line is. I don't know. Nothing terribly exciting anyway. So yeah, there are neutron stars around here. I've seen a few places so far where they're pretty common. And then there's other places where, you know, there are just no neutron stars at all. But hopefully, if I carry on in this direction roughly, I will be able to see something. There's one. Tiny little dot. I'll bookmark you there. So I think that's a bit out of my range. Yeah. Alright, so let's bring up the other stars, and we will jump to one that is within range. How about a G star? Yeah, that'll do. Alright, so we'll jump there, and hopefully it will have a planet that I can land at, because it doesn't really feel complete unless I've landed.
Frameshift drive charging.
It might even have something habitable because it's a G star. And then I believe
2, 1, engage.
fast, and then we will call it quits as a stream there. I'll have to see what I want to do after I have some dinner. Might just play a bit more off camera. So yeah, I may well be further on. And typically, just when I want a system where I need a planet, it doesn't have any other planets. It's just got another star, so I'll get the name of this one and I'll find another star nearby. What about you? You're an F star, you'll do. You should have planets, right? Now spend like 5 hours looking for a system of planets.
Fuel scooping.
Picking up a little bit too much fuel there, really. But that's my little slingshot orbit.
Fuel scoop disengaged. Frameshift drive charging.
Alright, this one, guys. This is where we will find the planet. I know it. I feel it in my bones. Watch as there will be no planets.
4, 3, 2, 1. Engage.
Do. Hit the scanner. So he says 8. Yay. Okay, there's something. Whether they're landable, I do not know. Let's have a look. There is one. There is also something interesting that discovered already, but just because it's discovered already does not mean that, at least I don't think it means that I don't get any money for it. That's 5,000 light seconds away though. That's a bit far. Do I want to go out there? Was that one, wasn't it? I think it was that one. Yeah. Could land on the moon out there actually, couldn't I? Yeah. Alright, yeah, let's head out there. It's got a landable surface nearby, so I don't have to come back.
Fuel scooping. Fuel scoop disengaged.
We'll head out there, park the old crate, and then we'll call it a night, I think. So, doopy-doopy-doo. The thumb twiddling part. Yeah. Any other really cool? Ah, you're looking at the massive stuff, right? We're gonna have a look. I'll just slow down just so I don't overshoot the planet while I'm on the map. Yeah, this is something. Oops, I was dabbling in. That's how I found the big Wolf-Rayet star. But yeah, let's have a look. So we want Nyaju, however we pronounce that one. CLY, and then you want anything with G, right? So I have discovered if you just do that, that should take you to the first one. There we go. An O star, and a B star. They got the numbers wrong. Oh, I think they're all set to be like 0 or 5, which is a bit naff. But yeah, we've got an O star and a B star at G0. Let's see if there's any other ones. Something very far away. Another O star, 587 light years. Again, O0. Anything else? Ooh, hello. A Herbig AEBE star. I have not seen one of them before. I think I'd like to set a route for that. Let's bookmark that one. D7. Let's scribble this down in my little notebook because I'm that old school. There we go. What was that one? That was CLY. Nyaju. Of course, I'm doing this. I'm sort of just hoping that none of you are going to just rush out there and discover it and then deliver it somewhere. But I can trust you guys, right? Let's see if there's anything else. So that was G2. Oh my god, there's another one. Oh, it's Nero, I think. H-A-E-E. That one could be worth plotting a route to, although that is 276 light years in bookmark you. Where are we? Where the hell are we? Ah, there we are. That is in the right direction. That's heading towards Gaudai. So yeah, that was a good call there. Yeah, good call there, Jimbo. My god, another one. I've never seen these damn things, and then like 3 of them show up at once. This is ridiculous. Yeah, I think when I was searching before, I was looking for H rather than G, and H are even more massive. That's another one. G5, that's just a normal O system. So yeah, yeah, Jimbo, I don't know if you were aware of that search trick there. You don't have to type the numbers in, which is very handy. There's another one. O and a B. And then we're back to 0? No, 7, another O star. G8, that's a B star. Nine is an O star again. I guess let's go up to 10. Is another O star. Alright, so we got some interesting things to look at for next time then maybe. Yeah, I wonder if H works. Does H work? Or does H only work for AA? Oh, no. Wait, this is really high up. What the hell? Why did you go up there? That is not a Niagio sector thing. That's a little funny. That said, that's a pretty interesting system, but not where we are going to. So, so yeah. Yeah, good. Thanks, Jimbo. That was a good call. Got some interesting targets. So, yeah, because I think according to that Reddit post or something that this was all linked on, H is a lot rarer and only shows up in. If I did AAA or AAAH, I would probably get that Morphrea star. I think it only shows up in the AA-A sectors, but in the Gs, there's like 8 sectors, and CLY is one of them that they show up in. And yeah, there's obviously a few interesting ones. So G2 was 414 light years away. G3 was 276. And G4 276. So 3 is probably the better one to go to, isn't it? Because that's closer. So yeah, we'll put that one on the list, I think, for next time. And you know, if I play if I play between then and the next stream on Saturday or whenever that's going to be, then I won't go to those before then, because I'd like that to be a surprise for me as well. Right, so where are we? We're over there. We've got all of that lot. I'm pretty sure I can plot a route to that. Yep. yeah, so let's do that next time. We'll venture out in this direction. And of course, I have probably hurtled into infinity here. Oh, how far away are we? We are very far away from that planet, aren't we? Because I left the engine running. You know what? Screw it.
Frameshift drive.
Gonna go to the
charging.
next system because it's gonna be quicker to find the planet to land on there. Yep.
4, 3.
So yeah, hopefully we will find a place to land and I can call it a wrap there. So thanks for tagging along, folks. It's been lovely to have you here. I actually didn't expect anyone to show up, to be honest, because I thought, you know, I'm just doing a new stream and probably not going to be that exciting for people to watch, but hopefully you've enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll come back next time. Just keep an eye out on my Twitch page and the Twitter that I've got there, and I'll let you know for certain when the next stream is. Yeah, I think you can follow me, and that will give you notifications as to when I am streaming. So yeah, if you want to come back, by all means, please do. Holy, that is a big planet. I think that would be a nice place to land, do you not agree? Is that an ice planet? That looks, yeah, that's an ice planet. Okay, so that actually might be a really good place to land because it won't have a cripplingly high gravity because it's made of ice. So that's a beaut. Let's go there. Yeah, so yeah, I'll let you know, but you know, I'll update the Twitch page and my Twitter and let people know when the next stream is for certain, but there's definitely going to be one on Saturday morning. Just haven't decided whether there'll be one before then. And on the next stream we shall go and check out that Herbig AE star. And what those are, well, you know what, I won't tell you what they are. Well, I'll tell you what they are when we actually get there. And then we'll have something to talk about when we're actually there. So keep you in suspenders. Alright. So landing here. And then we'll call it a day. See how big you are. 11.5 Earth masses. Good God, that is huge. 17,000 kilometers, so just under 3 times the size of the Earth. Yeah, 1.62 gravities, that's okay. 228 Kelvin. That's still cold, yeah. That is cold. It is a valid ice world. Some of these ice worlds are a bit daft because they're ice worlds, but they're 500 Kelvin, which would mean it's not ice. Where should we park? Canyon? Canyon is always fun. Should we park where the sun is low? See what this looks like. There's no interesting weird things. Where should we park? Let's park near the dark side. Trying not to get the orbital cruise kicking in because...
Orbital flight engaged.
Sorry, not the orbital cruise, the glide kicking in. Because that'll kind of lock us into a downward path. Which I don't know if we really want. It's all surprisingly high up. Well, the sun is still surprisingly high up here. And then, yeah, after Saturday, I would imagine I will be streaming again the same time next week on Tuesday. So feel free to join me then. I'm not really going to get far enough down. That's alright. Whatever's. Let's just go down here. Park in the edge of that crater where I'm pointing at. Once we get to the glide. Slowly. Oh wow, these craters are bumpy. That would not be great terrain to drive on. Let's have a quick look what the minerals were. Some germanium, vanadium, always useful. No polonium. Come on, glide. Glide, damn you. Glide, you stupid kite, glide. Flying low over a very, very big ice world. This really should have an atmosphere if it's that big. It's no excuse not to, really. It's cold. Well, it's not as cold as it could be, I guess. Guess this is sort of the equivalent of Mars, I guess, in this system. Equivalent sort of distance. Come on. I don't know if I have to hit that yellow angle or not for the glide to kick in. I wonder if that's it. It should kick in any second. My anticlimactic end to the stream, just 5 minutes of watching me just sit here as I get ever closer. I just don't want to get in that crater because it looks really bumpy. It's like it'd be a hard place to find a landing spot. Oh, here we go. No? There we go. Yeah, usually when you hear that, the engine sound kind of go up a bit, it'll kick into a glide. So hopefully I can make it to that crater rim and it'll be good. So those of you still in the chat, before I head off, yeah, where did you hear about the stream? Was it just the posting on the Elite Explorers Discord thing, or the Reddit, or what? Yes, I do fly without orbit lines because they tend to get in the way of screenshots. But yeah, if let me know if you can let me know where you heard about this from, then I'll know what's a good place to see if I can find more people to come along. On the Discord, right. Cool. Right, awesome. Yeah, I was kind of wondering, like, if I post on a forum that already is full of people, presumably who play Elite, and do exploring, then is this going to be interesting to people? But yes, apparently it's interesting to a few of you. So thanks again for coming, because I do really appreciate that. That's really good. Just encourage me to continue. Alright, let's just turn around a little bit and then bring this baby down. There's a funny looking crater. Cool. There we go. Alright, let's park.
Landing gear deployed.
Kilometers altitude. Awesome. Yeah, thank you. My pleasure. Glad to have you with me. Let's see.
Landing gear retracted.
So we're getting a little bit closer to the rim. Yep. So yeah, I don't know if I've fully set up my Twitch page properly yet. I think you should be able to follow me. I guess there must be a subscribe button somewhere. I'm sure there might be. I don't know, but yeah, following would be good. And then you can, I think that'll let you know when I'm going to stream next. You get a notification or something. I'll pop me here. That seems good. Yeah, I don't know if there will be a subscribe button yet, because I don't think I've set that up. Coming down a little quick. I do have my up thrusters going, which is why that blue bar is going down. There we go. Turn on my landing gear, that would be nice.
Landing gear deployed.
No, you don't. Not today, Satan. Alright, coming down a bit fast. Let's see if I can find a bit of flat ground. Of course, the thing about crater rims is that they tend to be rather bumpy. And this is why we have shields, because it might come down a little hard. Oh yeah, it's 1.62 G, that's why. Now, I've not quite figured out, despite having landed on many a world, how to get that a circle to show up, short of just flying and hoping I get one. And then often it lies and says alignment okay, and then I lower myself a meter and it goes nope. But in this case, touchdown Miami. And we are parked on a very large ice planet. There we go. So I think I will leave that like that. So yeah, I think the follow button is just so you can get notifications for when I stream. So yeah, if you want to catch up with me next time I do that, that'd be great. If you can't watch it, because I'm doing it at, on Saturday morning, if you can't watch it, it will be archived on my Twitch channel, I think for 2 weeks, so you can watch the stream there. And this should be archived as well. And there's also a horrifically bad stream attempt that I did the other day of Terminal Velocity, which is a first-person shoot-'em-up game. And you know, from when was it? From 1995, so it's really old. It's like I just had it on Steam and I used to play it a lot. But that's a bit rough. It was a 1 hour long stream. First half hour was okay. I didn't have the face cam thing, but the last half hour was me constantly getting killed by the first level boss. So I guess I gave up on that one and went, yep, well, proved that I can stream. But largely I'm planning on sort of doing a lot of Elite Dangerous. Like that's going to be the main thing for now. And then I might do some other games at some point, or some short little games in between sometime. But yeah, I'm doing this just so I can share the fun of exploring with Elite. So I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, everybody. I'm kind of looking at the Twitch chat, but I should be looking at the camera. So thanks very much, everybody, for coming along and keeping me company. Hope you're back again next time, whenever that will be. Definitely Saturday. Maybe a day before that or an evening before that, but there will definitely be a stream on Saturday. And I hope you follow, and I hope you spread the word as well, because the more the merrier. And yeah, thanks very much for joining me. I'll be signing off now. And I'll see you guys next time. So, cheers.